Part 2. Until one morning, Bernard took my hand, smiling mysteriously. "I've prepared a surprise for you." He pulled me toward the door just as my phone vibrated and Kate's profile picture flashed on the screen. She boldly called me directly, right in front of Bernard. I casually answered the call. On the other end, her voice was full of confidence. "Jane, want to bet who he cares about more, you or me?" I hung up without saying a word. The next moment, I noticed a photo from Kate on Bernard's phone screen, one of her in a seductive uniform. Bernard's Adam's apple bobbed and his voice turned hoarse as he spoke. "Sorry, baby, there's a problem with a product at the company. I need to go right away. As about the surprise, I'll take you to see it another time, but there would be no another time for us." I gave a faint smile, not responding. He seemed to sense something, turning to look at me, wait for me to come back. For a moment I hesitated, but then I turned and quickly ran to the car. Kate sent a series of photos of her and Bernard together, looking intimate. "You lost again. Even pregnant, I can't stop him." In the last 3 days, Bernard didn't return home and I didn't ask any questions. Perhaps because his phone had been unusually quiet, Bernard continued to send me messages explaining himself. "Baby, I had to go on a sudden business trip for the project. I didn't have time to come home and tell you. I'll make it up to you when I get back." He had been playing both sides for so long that he must have believed his own act by now. I didn't respond. Instead, I burned all the clothes and bags he had bought for me, and had someone dig up the flowers I had planted in the yard. Since I was leaving, I decided not to leave behind any traces. While packing my clothes, I accidentally came across the paper stars he had folded for me years ago. Every word on them was filled with affection. "Jane, I'll always love you and my heart belongs to you alone." The handwriting was still clear, but the person had changed. I flushed tens of thousands of paper stars down the drain. As I watched them disappear, I laughed through my tears. On the last day, Bernard suddenly came back and I was shaken awake in my sleep. Groggy, I caught a glimpse of his anxious face. A notification popped up on your tablet, saying your paperwork was completed. What paperwork? My mind cleared instantly. Nothing important. It's just the paperwork for the jewelry donation I mentioned before. Bernard's tense shoulders immediately relaxed. He stepped forward and pulled me into his arms. "You scared me," I thought. He abruptly stopped mid-sentence and replaced his words with a cheerful smile. "Look, baby, I brought you something you love." He opened his hand, revealing the osmanthus cakes from my favorite shop. In the past, this trick always softened my heart, but not this time. I was just about to head downstairs when I heard Bernard's deep, angry whisper from the doorway. "Are you insane? How dare you come here?" Kate replied, her tone full of grievance. "The baby and I miss you." She had the nerve to show up here so brazenly. I stood there, watching helplessly as Kate forced a kiss on him. In just a few seconds, Bernard's resistance turned into reluctant enjoyment. Leaning close to his ear, she whispered, her breath warm and seductive. "I've learned a new position. Want to try it out?" Bernard's eyes lit up instantly and he couldn't wait to head outside. As I watched their entwined figures disappear into the distance, I sent him one final message. "The time has come. You can open your anniversary gift now." Then I removed the SIM card from my phone, grabbed my suitcase and stepped out the door, saying to the driver, "Please take me to the airport." Search 280631 on NovelShort to read more.